So I've created 4 pages here in the week 5 folder, and so I'm going to go ahead and add some formatting here. So I've created a heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4, and then I've created some links in here so we can see how those look. And then I just have some text. So if I hit F12 to preview in browser, that would be option F12 on the Mac, then I can check and make sure that my navigation works, and it seems to work just fine. Now let me go back to Dreamweaver, and one of the easiest ways to style a page is to use the Page Properties button. You can also get to the same dialog box from the Modify menu, Modify Page Properties, or Control J. So here we could change the page font. I'll go ahead and choose Verdana. We could choose a different text color. I'll choose a dark green. And then we could change the background color. I'll choose a pale yellow for now. And then if you want to see what it looks like, you can just hit the Apply button, and then you could see how it looks on the in the design view. Like I might decide that I want a darker green, and so I can just go ahead and select that and hit Apply to see what it looks like. I can also change the way that headings look. So for example, I might choose a different font. We'll go ahead and choose Comic Sans because it really stands out. Just by doing that, notice how the fonts for the headings change. And then I can change the colors of those headings so that we can make them stand out a little bit more. I'll just choose some colors at random so that you can see how that works without spending too much time. So if I want to, I can change the sizes, or I could just use the default sizes that are built in. I can also change the way that links work. Remember, this is a pseudo selector. So if I want my link color to be different, I could change it so that it's a bright green. And then I can change the way that the link looks when the mouse rolls over it. And I'll just go ahead and choose a different shade of green. My visited links, that's after you've gone to visit the page and then you come back to this page. If you've been to the place where the link links to, then it changes color. So I'll choose a different shade of green for that. Actually, I think for the rollover I'll choose something kind of bright. And then active link is when you're actually clicking on it. So I'll choose a really bright color for that. And I'll go ahead and say hide the underline when I roll over. And I'm going to click OK. Now I don't see any difference for most of this, but when I go ahead and hit F12, then I can see how these work. So when I roll over, notice that the underline disappears. When I actually click on it, the color changes. And then if I've been to the page, the link will be a different color. Since I've already been to all of these, they're already the visited color. Okay, so let me go back to Dreamweaver. Now how has this worked? Well, what's happened is that Dreamweaver has created these styles within the page that's embedded. So if I go into the code view and go up to the top to the head tag, I can see that that this has the styles in it. So here's the style tag, the beginning of the style tag, and here's the rule for the body, and rules for all the headings, the rules for the link, visited, hover, and active. And so that's how Dreamweaver implements this by default. It puts it in that page. It makes it embedded for that page only. So the way that it looks in the Styles panel, now if you don't see the Styles panel, just double click where it says CSS Styles, or you can just go to Window and look for Styles there, CSS Styles, and select it that way. So the way that it looks in the Styles panel is that it just says the word style, and that's how you can know it's embedded. If it's an external style sheet, it'll say the file name .css. And so if I click on the plus next to that, I can see all of these styles. And so one of the quick ways that we can create these styles is to do page properties, and the next thing that we might want to do is to edit them in the styles panel, because the styles panel will actually give us more options.